Samantha here, and welcome back to my channel and another look at my newest LP that'll be starting here today on the channel, and it is the Not So Berry challenge. But anyway, showing you guys the house that I used for the bases of this house, because to be honest, I just wasn't inspired by like what I needed to do. So I was like, you know what, let me get in the gallery and see if there's like a house that kind of like fits the budget, fits the needs, just fits whatever. Cause yeah, I was struggling. So part of the reason why I was struggling is because I wanted to do this LP based in Windenberg. Why do you ask? Because Rory, one of you guys is, well, one of the viewers, Rory, had said, you've never done an LP in Windenberg. And I was like, you know what? I haven't. That is a good point. So I wanted to get into Windenberg and do like the LP based out of Windenberg, because I haven't. I've never done an LP in Windenberg. And so being that this is a whole new LP and I can kind of like reinvent and recreate like everything, I was just like, this will be perfect to do it in Windenberg. But the problem with Windenberg is that it has like a specific aesthetic, has a specific look. And I have never been able to recreate anything in Windenberg that looks like Windenberg. Believe me, I have tried. So I figured, you know what, I'll go into the gallery and just look up Windenberg starter, and when I think I searched Windenberg starter homes or something like that for this lot type, and the budget type, and this particular house came up. So I will definitely link it in the description. The creator, well, not link, I'll give you the guys information. I don't know how to link into the gallery yet, but anyway, I'll give you the guys the description and everything, the creator and all that good stuff. So basically the gist of the house was pretty much done. The shape and everything, I just kind of went in and kind of tried to make it a little complimentary to what's supposed to be like Barry, I guess you could say. I did do a small money cheat. I gave her a boost of 500 simoleons. My plan was to take it away once I finished doing everything, because I just needed to have the extra money just to kind of play around with what I wanted to do. But I ended up, after the build was over, I realized, oh, I didn't take that 500 away. So technically she had 20,500 starter. So anyway, so that's just something but my original plan was to just stick with 20,000, which is what you get with one sim. And you're going to hear screaming in the background. I promise you guys, he is playing with his sister. Okay. I promise you, but I needed to record this because I am so behind with everything. And, now that my kids are out of school, I just got to get it. I got to get it in where I fit it in. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, The only problem with this lot, where you guys probably saw that a couple minutes ago, is that when you get behind the house, it bounces up like up against that rock. So I don't know if this will be the perfect lot, but after I had already committed to this lot and she had already moved in, I was like, we're not about to move it. But I wanted her to be like in the little town square area, because, you know, there's like the island, of course, and then there's like another little area that's like a suburb, in my opinion, where Dominic Fry's and family lives, you know. And I was like, I don't want to be over there. I want to be over here, like in the middle of everything. And then I wanted to give her a big enough lot so that when we grow, because, you know, she's going to have kids, she's going to get married, we're going to make money, and we're going to need to add rooms and all that type of stuff. I was like, this lot will be perfect for that. So that way we can grow and do all that type of stuff. So basically, if you guys hadn't seen the Create a Sim, I talked about the Not So Berry challenge, and this house is for that challenge essentially, and for Kinsey Bright herself. So if you guys haven't seen that, you might want to pause it. I should have said that at the beginning of the video and go check it out. In that video, I talked about the rules, basically like the whole gist of the challenge and what my plans are for it. Which is essentially, it's a 10 generation challenge. And what I'm hoping to do is play it until the first generation is over. And then we'll like put a pin in it, like I like doing. You know, you guys know I like doing seasons and on my series or whatever. Because to me, I like, as far as entertainment and stuff goes, that's like how real TV is. Like you'll like watch something and then a little season finale it, and then it'll come back at a later date. So that way, you know, we could just keep fresh content. Because I mean, I play The Sims for you guys, like on the channel, like how I play them in real life. I could play the same family for forever, and then I could play the next family after that, the next family. So I have to make myself stop and just say, you know what, put a pin in it. Let's move it along. So yeah, if you guys haven't guessed, this will take the place of Parenthood, not permanently, of course, just until you know, we could put Parenthood back on the schedule. I know a lot of you guys are going to be so upset with me, but we need to you know, do something different. Parenthood has a long time left. Okay, like a long time. We still have to, yeah, I explained this already, but we still got to get Audrina married. Need to deal with Dante and Jacqueline. Dante's you know, woman, his side woman, floozy is what Sarah calls her. Anyway, she is pregnant again, so we have to deal with that. And also Braylon, our teenage son in the series, is expecting with his teenage girlfriend. So we have to deal with that as well. So there's like a lot of stuff going on in that series where I'm just like, we could literally be playing that for another year, which is fine by me because I love that series. But truth be told, you guys might be getting tired of it. And, you know, the way you grow and you experience different things when it comes to playing The Sims is that you know, you play different game files, you play different families, you play different situations or whatever. So I was like, this will help just to give you guys something fresh to kind of watch or whatever for a little bit. But there's so many LPs I need to go back and visit. I mentioned that in the Create a Sim episode, Create a Sim video just before this, where it's like I gotta do fresh things every once in a while, you know, just so we will have different things going on. Because the only problem with me doing second seasons for things is that I'm assuming all of you guys have seen the first season. And like we get to work right now, I'm constantly saying, if you saw the first season, if you saw the second season, I'm like always like speaking on the other season. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, if nobody watches that, you guys have no clue what I'm talking about. So if anything, taking a break gives people an opportunity to catch up. If you guys didn't know, Parenthood was Dine Out. Dine Out became Parenthood. So, you know, it's a really long series if you include Dine Out with it. So it's a lot if people are just coming in to kind of be like, what's going on? So it gives up people opportunity to kind of catch up, you know, whatever. So long story short, that is where we are with that. But besides that, let me tell you guys what I'm doing. So the build, like I said, was pretty much done. I did go in and widen some walls and bring some stuff down and move things around because I realized some of these rooms is a perfect starter. I absolutely love this setup, but I was like, oh my gosh, for me to film in this little space is going to be murder. And I like to, especially since I got the new computer, I like to film with the walls up. It seems realistic when I could just scooch in them little corners and be like, girl, what you doing? So I wanted to make the rooms wide enough where we'll so we'll be able to do just that. So of course I had problems with the windows because I wanted to make everything all even. And this is the mint, right? The mint generation. So I wanted to make sure everything in the house was mint. I did splurge on the bed only because there was no other options. Like when it comes to mint, there was no options, and that was the only one. So the bed is probably the most expensive thing in this house. And really, I was kind of like contemplating, hey, if the bed thing doesn't work, I will get rid of it and just do something totally different. Or I'll go look for some custom content beds that are a little bit cheaper. But I was trying my hardest to use custom content in this house, but those counters, just FYI, are custom content because I liked the color. And being that we're doing berry or mint rather, I was like, it'd be nice to have those counters because we really don't have like a cheaper alternative besides the Jungle Adventure ones. There is like a mint green one in that one, but they're so expensive. These were cheaper. So I was just like, you know what, we'll use them. But I probably won't put this in the gallery only because it is someone else's build. And I don't want anybody being like, you stole their build. Like, yeah, if I was to put it on the gallery, it would be like, hey, I didn't build this. I just went in and redecorated it specifically for the Not So Berry challenge because originally it was mostly pink. I think it was called like the Barbie build or something like that. The Barbie starter or something like that. Oh yeah, look, Barbie and Windenberg. That's what it was called. It's right there at the top of it's right there at the top of the information panel. So it was mostly pink and stuff, you know, very girly or whatever, but we wanted to do this green thing. So anyway, I realized at that particular point I was running deeply out of money. So I was like, you know what, we're going to change these out. We're going to drop these walls because when you do the higher walls, y'all, it costs more money. So anyway, then I realized I got to go out and change all of my windows because the windows don't work no more with the drop down wall. But I actually like it. It looks a little bit more cozier and more like a starter home with the minimum wall size, not the medium, because it was at the medium when I dropped it down. So anyway, playing around with the heights of the windows, and I was like torn because I wanted them up higher, but then I wanted them lower. So it's funny when I do windows, I have to look inside and out at the same time to kind of see what, on the outside it looks good, but on the inside it's look crazy, and then I'll have to like tweak it. Again, wanted to do some decorations like curtains, and I love how that green looks up against that bed, but I just didn't have the money for it. That the money was just not there. So anyway, so one cool thing about just doing something like this, just kind of like taking an already built house and just decorating it, is you don't have to build. You don't have to build it. And like I said at the time, I was just kind of like, I don't know what I want this to look like in Windenberg, but I know I want it to be a Windenberg. So, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, so here I am just kind of like going through everything. Y'all, when y'all searching for specific colors in the gallery, that little toggle thing with the colors is like your best friend. Okay. I put it on green and we just went for it. And I found so much stuff that I didn't even know was a thing. I really wanted to do this shower tub thing only because I knew eventually we were going to have kids. I'm going to need to give them kids baths. Maybe I'll get a cat or a dog. I'm going to need to give that thing a bath. And so I was like, I really want to do the tub, but it ended up being that I had to sacrifice the tub because we didn't have no money. Okay. And that tub is expensive. So I ended up changing it out for a shower, but I did keep the basic shape of the bathroom the same. So when she finally goes to work, she's going to have to be a scientist. So when we go to work and she starts working, then I will get some money and I'll, you know, change it back out to that shower. But so don't get attached to that shower. It will be changing. So anyway, playing around with the greens again. I was saying in the first episode of this little LP introduction, I guess you can call it. One cool thing about this challenge is it does make you it takes you out your comfort zone. So I'm like dealing with these greens. I'm actually starting to dig them a little bit. I had never used that ombre paint before, but I still was kind of toggling through like what else they got. Like now it's got me looking to see what else can I do, you know. I ended up leaving it how it was, but it does take you out your comfort zone so you could like do something different as opposed to what you would normally do. So I liked it for that reason. I was like, that's actually pretty cool that it's giving me an opportunity to kind of like see things that are green and kind of play around with green and, you know, do something like that. So I appreciate this challenge for that purpose. If you guys haven't played this challenge, of course, I haven't played it yet either technically because I'm recording all of this before I even record the first episode. But if you haven't played this challenge and you feel like it'll help get you out of a rut, I feel like it'll be perfect for that. Again, I haven't played it yet, but I'm assuming that it'll be like that only because it's like I get to do mischievous things. I get to, well, I've done the science career actually a handful of times and get to work season 1. I did science. Chandler was a scientist and I think she maxed it out. For my Harley Quinn Asylum challenge, she was a scientist and I don't think I maxed it out for her, but that's a whole nother series that I have to do a season 2 of. So maybe she'll get in there and max out eventually, but I have done science career before. So it's not like I haven't, but, you know, it's just gonna be interesting. Lifespan has to be on normal. So we have to do all of this stuff in a timely fashion, which is going to be interesting. Cause I like to play on long. And sometimes if the storyline is going really good, I cut off agent altogether. Yeah, I'm one of those that'll cut off agent altogether and be like, yeah, this story's going good. Let me just halt production for just a little bit. Anyway, so here I am, 42 simoleons, and I'm just like, what in the world? What am I supposed to do? Because I want to do some more things. I really just kind of wanted to make it look a little bit more homelier. Maybe a rug, maybe some paintings on the wall. Y'all, it just wasn't working. Thank goodness for custom content, because some custom content, when people create them, is cheap. So a lot of things I was just like, okay, I didn't want to use custom content, but I got to go in here and use custom content. So that's me putting the shower back like how it was, because I was just like, we're going to have to put a pin in that one. Maybe eventually I'll get a tub, but as of right now, this is the reason why though. And I think I mentioned this in another video, probably in the cats and dogs series. I wish that they had like groomers in the game, because there's some Sims that really either groomers or like a wash tub for your pets that you could put in the backyard. Because some people, I know someone said there is CC. I need to go find it for the wash tub. But I mean, besides toddlers, you do need tubs for the dogs, for the pets. And so it'd be nice if we could just send them off to get groomed, you know, or something like that. Because like Ash in Cats and Dogs gets dirty all the doggone time. Like almost every episode, I'm like, you're dirty again. So it's like, unless you get a cat, which I don't think you have to give cats baths. I don't think you do. But yeah, if you get a dog, you need a tub. If you have kids, you need a tub. And tubs are so much more expensive. And I like to get the tubs that are showers and tubs, because I don't want to have to take a shower. I mean, a bath all the time. Like sometimes my Sims take forever to take a bath. And if I'm dealing in a time crunch, I want you to jump in a shower and get in and out like really quick. So anyway, long story short, I'm just zhooshing up the front of this house. I actually had contemplating like demolishing that altogether and just making it like an entryway, but I liked how it looked because I've never done like a side entrance like that before. And it does kind of match the aesthetic of Windenberg, like, you know, with the fencing and stuff like that and the trees and the greenery. So I was like, you know what, just leave it. We'll just have it be like that. So I ended up not messing with that too much. But yes, it was fun to do this, but y'all, it took me... It's so crazy. I didn't have to build it, but it still took me over an hour to decorate it. And that was mostly because of the the money crunch, me trying to deal with just the 20,000 plus the 500 bonus I gave myself, which I'm probably going to have to take it away. I think I ended, because at one point I ended the build and I was like at 46 simoleons, and I was like, you should give yourself just a little bit more wiggle room there, girl. Just a little bit more. I don't know if I don't remember if I did or not, because I recorded this and then I went and did other stuff, and then I'm back now to do the voiceover. So I don't remember if I did it or not. But me trying to make this little area homely and trying to do some different, I really wanted to do curtains. So eventually that'll be something that's on our bucket, no, not our bucket list, but on our to-do list for this build, is definitely get some curtains. And I really can't stand that TV stand. I was just like, it looks old and worn or whatever. So I end up just changing it out altogether. It's something about it. It's got like the distressed paint, and sometimes distressed paint is like a thing people like, but personally, I don't know. I'm just not into it. But anyway, it's getting close to the end of the decorating design thingy. So I'm just trying to figure out what I can put on these walls to kind of like zhuzh shit up a bit. There's not too much that I can do, but I am looking forward to this challenge, and hopefully you guys are too. And you will get an episode today, the first episode. So it's kind of like a bunch of stuff you guys got to watch today. So I hope you appreciate it and understand. Appreciate it, want it, understand it, whatever I'm trying to say. What was I trying to say just there? Not appreciate it. I was trying to say, hope you guys enjoy it. Golly. And I'll see you guys in a little bit, right? I think, yeah. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up the video, and comment down below. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.